Lego and Star Wars join forces for the first time, so you can build authentic Lego X-Wings and Y-Wings. Only you can help Luke and the Rebels defeat Darth Vader and his TIE Fighter and save the galaxy.
Hello, I'm TheHappyJawah, and last week, for the first time in 2 years, I had a hankering for some Lego Star Wars. So naturally, I hopped onto Lego Shop at home, and there was nothing even remotely appealing.
Who the f*** wanted another snowspeeder?
That's when I realised if I want to get fun, creative Lego Star Wars sets, I gotta go back.
You've got to come back with me. Where? Back to 1999.
I've always wanted the original Lego Star Wars X-Wing. There's something about the design that's so quintessential classic Lego Star Wars, yet also completely timeless with a design that still holds up today. More than can be said about some other sets of the time. Even better, this set only goes for about £50 on eBay. Suckers out here be paying 90 quid for their X-Wings, I'm paying 35, baby. Only problem was, while it didn't say incomplete anywhere in the description, it also didn't say complete. The picture didn't help much either since it was just the box. So I shot the guy a message, clarifying because the customer feedback said he was really responsive to messages. He never replied back. So I just bought the set, knowing one of two things would happen. Either he responds saying it's 100% complete and correct, or he never responds because he knows I won't like his answer. It was the latter. The second one, he never responded. Which brings us to today, a week later with no idea what's in this box. And I figured if it's crippling disappointment, at least it will make for an entertaining video. So, let's get my week-long suspense out of the way. Alrighty. Oh guys, this is actually a big old box of Diet Coke. My man Coca-Cola, there he is. Just gonna leave that there. I was lying, it wasn't a Lego X-Wing, it was actually a fatty 8-pack with Diet Coke that I was after. Oh, it's very nice and bubble wrapped actually. This guy, maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. This is some proper sealed up stuff. Ooh, that is actually quite gorgeous. So, the inclusion of the box is really exciting, and I can hear it rattling, so at least I didn't just pay £40 for an empty cardboard box. Oh, this is beautiful. I've started sort of putting up my collection of classic toy boxes in the corner. This will definitely be on the collection. Oh, it's in such a nice nick, actually. Obviously, this is, like, ripped, but... Ooh. That's very cool. Look how gorgeous this box art is. Got the guys on the end there. Ooh. Lovely stuff. Alright. Let's see what we have here. Light bluish grey. Ooh! We have minifigures. That's... Aye, that's one correct face. Ooh, we got an incorrect face, people. This was to be expected, really. See this gentleman in here. He should have a big old pirate's mustache. Also, the Rebel helmet's incredibly yellowed. I'm not too worried about that. At least Luke is accurate. Oh, wait. Okay. So, Biggs here. His mustache has grown out a little bit. He's really let himself go since the Death Star run. I'll just get these guys out of the packet and show you. But yeah, I think the... incredibly yellowed, but maybe that's part of the charm. At least it looks like all old grey in there and not light bluish grey. So that's something to get me. Instruction manual, so I can actually build this as if I was a little boy in 1999. When I was just 1 year old. Cool, cool. We'll take a look at that in a sec. Pieces over there. Have a look at these minifigs, which I'm not sure are in great nick, but some accessories and things. So, here we have our hero. There he is. Our hero, Luke Skywalker. having a very yellowed helmet, but that head looks really nice, and the torso printing and everything is really nice as well. Awesome. Okay, I'm happy with that. Yellowed helmet, it's not the end of the world. So that's that one. And we have Big's Darklighter, who's been given the mechanic's head, which is why he's looking so bushy with such a voluptuous tash. He's got that awesome helmet there. A little yellowed, but again, part of the charm. And also, I feel like these Rebel helmets are pretty dirty and grimy anyway, right? So I don't mind that too much. Perfect. Alright, and then we have the Mechanic Man. He's got a lovely torso, he's got the right cap. And his head is just wrong. But, you know, it's not a big deal. The head that was supposed to come with it is like the classic smiley face mustache. So I can swap that out very easily. I have a couple of those. So beautiful, happy with that. And then R2, who looks like he's like dipped in caramel or something. He's seen better days, but that's fine. They're a dime a dozen. Alright, so I guess I might just build this and show you the finished products. Just make sure we have everything. Here's a look at the instruction manual, which is just lovely stuff. This is the oldest Lego set I now own. I don't have anything older. Then the oldest Lego set I had before this was like some 2002 sets. I remember as a kid getting the Obi-Wan versus Droidekas from the Phantom Menace, and for my birthday, and that whole day at school, all I could think about was, I just had so clearly in my head like the image of the blue lightsaber, and all I wanted to do was go home and play with it. It looks a lot like a Zillo Beast, actually. Does that look like a Zillo Beast to anyone else? There he is. Clearly Dave Filoni's a hack. He stole that idea. Oh, you can also make a sweet walkie-talkie. Or maybe that was a mobile phone. And... Alrighty, so I've put the set together, and what's immediately striking is the fact that this X-Wing is light grey rather than a white, as most of the current X-Wings are. Though, to be honest, my particular X-Wing that I've received is less a light grey and more of an olive green, almost. Because of the yellowing. For those who don't know, if you leave Lego sort of on a shelf or in exposed sunlight, then especially white and grey pieces will begin to turn yellow over time. And I'm not sure how well that comes through on camera in this particular set. You can see it's very clear on sort of, these pieces are a normal grey, then this is like full yellowed grey down here as well towards the nose. And yeah, unfortunately this has sort of happened to a couple of my big sets, like my ATT and my gunship, but I've never seen it to this extent. This looks like less like it was left on a shelf in the sun and more like it was left on the edge of a blooming supernova or something. But there is ways to fix it with chemicals and things, but I don't know, that's quite a lot of effort. So I think I might just leave it as is for now in all its beautiful yellow glory. As for the minifigures themselves, they're all in excellent condition. I mean, the helmets are a bit yellowed. You can see the difference between one of like my normal Rebel helmets and then the ones included in this set. But I don't mind that too much. The helmets don't have to be pure white. In a way, they almost look better yellowed a little bit. It looks a bit more accurate. But when I initially unboxed the set, I thought that I had just been given the wrong head for Big's Darklighter here. But it turns out I've actually been given an entirely different character. I've been given your boy Dutch Vander. Loosen up! Who came in a lot of the Y-Wing sets of the time. Rather than Big's Darklighter, so much like Luke, Biggs is dead to me, I guess. No Big's Darklighter for me, which is a shame because he was always one of my favourites, having one of my favourite Lego heads, just the smiley face with a French moustache on it. But
Hurry, Luke, they're coming in much faster this time. We can't hold them. Hurry up, Luke. Wait! Wait!
the little cart is a lovely touch. I even like that there's a carriage just for having the characters sit like in the movies. And this yoke piece is also really interesting as well. I also just absolutely adore the photography on these boxes. This old school photography. I love the sort of warm yellow lighting. But yeah, other than that, there's not much else to say. I really love the set. I love that, like, the wings folding apart is just basic hinges. There's nothing with sort of rubber bands or cogs, which leaves lots of space in the center here for kind of like a storage area. Honestly, the only thing that doesn't hold up with this build is the engines. The engines, obviously very sort of basic. But everything else, I feel like could pass today. There's a lot more exposed studs, but this print is lovely on the front. I love the little storage area on the front. That's really satisfying, and the overall shaping and everything about it for $19.99 for the first wave. Like, compare this to the absolutely horrendous looking Millennium Falcon, which I do love, but that came out a year or so after this one, and just looks so much worse design-wise. But overall, I think I will sort of modify this a little bit. I'll give it a bit more detail, but still keep that grey colour scheme so it stands out and feels like the vintage X-Wing. Yeah, other than that, I don't have much else to say. Thank you very much for watching. As for more LEGO content on this channel, I'll be hopefully getting the new Millennium Falcon that's coming out, because that's like the one classic vehicle that I don't have in LEGO yet. And then I think I'd quite like to get a LEGO B-Wing as well, because that will complete my Alphabet Squadron. If you haven't read that book, by the way, read it. It's amazing. And overall, thanks for sticking around if you have, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.